How many times has a child gone up to a parent with a dog or a cat that they found out in the street or a field somewhere and asked, "Can I keep it, please?" That's actually a Yah thing. This is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 3 of Teitze. And no, I'm not advocating that you pick up every stray cat, dog, or other animal that you might find along the way and take it home with you. And there's the cat ladies and the dog people. And no, I'm not against animals. But it says in Deuteronomy 22, when you see your brother's ox or his sheep straying away, you shall not hide yourself from them. Return them to your brother without fail. And if your brother is not near you, or if you do not know him, then you shall bring it into your house, and it shall be with you until your brother seeks it, then you shall return it to him. At the time of this recording, someone in our neighborhood has a red hen who evidently believes in free range. And this red hen is almost daily now in our yard, pecking around and looking around, and we can't seem to find the owner or get it to go home. And no, I'm not bringing it into my house. I'm not going to harm it. We're not going to eat it. And so far, it hasn't laid any eggs in our yard. We are, however, would protect it if something tried to get a hold of it. The understanding here goes to more than just stray animals. Our children, we came home from I think it was a Sukkot trip, and a stray pup came up our driveway whimpering. And I heard my daughter's plea of please. And yes, we adopted Dexter, who was a lovable, hilarious member of our family for just a few years. Compassion can take over. But there's more than compassion that is being encouraged here. And it's more than just animal care. Specifically, the animals that are mentioned are an ox and sheep. And it says that when they have strayed, when they are lost, when they're not where they're supposed to be. Let's start with sheep. Sheep are noted to be the flock of Messiah. Israel is regarded as Yah's flock. Yeshua is the good shepherd, John 10 says. So this parallel between the people of the Most High and sheep is readily seen throughout Scripture. Unfortunately, the comparison doesn't stop there. Sheep are mindless at times. They will eat and just graze and fall right off the edge of a cliff without paying attention, so I'm told. They are easy prey for wolves and for other aggressive animals. They're very dependent upon shepherds who may not be of the right variety. And Jeremiah 23, Ezekiel chapter 34 warns us then about those non-caring, self-centered, self-serving shepherds whose activity allows the sheep then to be abused, scattered out everywhere, lost on the mountains. And then Yeshua comes and says, I did not come but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And he wasn't kidding. Israel's sheep have indeed been scattered the world over, and Yeshua came looking for us. So there is also then the ox. What's interesting about the ox, we might initially think of the big, bulky, large-chested animal for plowing and pulling, but ox, or the oxen, are a symbol of the particular tribe, Ephraim. And Ephraim then is the covering name for the 10 tribes to the north, the northern kingdom, synonymous with the house of Israel, synonymous with Samaria at times. And the ox then represents the house of Ephraim, the house of Joseph, the house of Israel, Samaria, that has been scattered intentionally around the world. It's not just bad shepherding, although that was perhaps the vehicle that helped to bring this to pass. But Yah himself scattered the house of Ephraim. And so we have two classes then, the general class of sheep at large, and then even very more specifically, the house of Ephraim that can get lost. Let's say they have a propensity to get lost. And when we see them, it's not as though we can turn our head and hide our eyes and act as if we didn't see. Yah says, once you have seen, now you have an accountable responsibility to provide caregiving until the owner, who would be Yeshua, returns for them. Not everyone is called to pasture a group of sheep or oxen, but there are those individuals, those encounters that we have with some, and we recognize you're not just an average somebody, you're someone, not a somebody, but a someone that has been granted to me to have attention paid to. And it would seem that Yah is desiring that I do something to give you care, to provide for you, to take care of you until Messiah returns. This is called mentorship. This is called partnering with someone. This is called walking alongside someone. We consider a congregational setting, and we typically think about, well, there's the pastor, and there's elders, and then there's those who have gifts and callings, and they all operate together, and it makes for a harmonious unity of a group, and we should all learn to function relationally together and have a common cause of honoring, glorifying Messiah. That's the way it's supposed to work. But if you can imagine, let's say a room that has, the typical Messianic or Hebrew roots congregation is less than 50. Let's divide it in half. There's 25 people in the room, and every one of them is holding the end of a string. They each have a single string in their hand. The other end of everyone's string is in the hand of the guy or the lady up front, the pastor. And if everybody's tugging on the string, trying to get the other end of the string's attention, one person can't handle all of that. Now, if it's just one at a time or a couple at a time, yes, you can take care of situations. But sometimes when there are additional people coming in, there's a caregiver that needs to walk alongside and say, let me give you some personal one-on-one help, prayer, listening, caregiving, encouragement, listening. I can do these things for you. I will text you. I will call you. I will give you an email on a regular basis, a few times a week perhaps, and just keep in touch, touching base, sharing scriptures with you, asking questions, provoking some thoughts, letting you know somebody is paying attention to you, answering your questions. And if it's a question I don't know, then we'll go to the pastor or to an elder and we'll find an answer. But that's a good question. Let's see what the answer might be. All of this is a way of keeping the Torah. It's not just about taking care of stray cats. It's about caring for people. Too often, I think we turn our eyes and say, well, somebody else will help them. Well, that somebody else might stare at you in the mirror this morning, and it might be your job. And if you don't have such a ox or a sheep, just keep looking. You'll find one. they'll find you, and then the real joyful relationship begins. Have fun, and I'll see you again tomorrow. So then, shalom.